Hello and welcome to my layout. You'll see here I'm showing you the finished version just to show you this cut which you can purchase from the Silhouette store. I will link it up below, and it says the world is full of magic things just patiently waiting for our senses to grow sharper. I really liked it. I actually used a Colour Combos Galore challenge, and you can see here the colours and the focus on design sections. Number 1 was clustered elements, number 2 was flare buttons, 3 was stamp on a tag, and 4 was white background. There's also the colours of red, coral, wheat, goldenrod and seafoam, but you can see here I've already jumped to my layout. I've cut out the wording there on my silhouette and I'm just backing it onto some white cardstock. I really wanted the actual words to show through and stick down all the kind of empty space, if that makes sense. And you'll see here that a lot of it kind of came off and got a bit lost. And it was actually quite tricky to stick all of those pieces back down. It did take a couple of attempts of practicing before I actually got out the glue and got my camera recording to get this right, but there was still a few areas I was kind of double checking, and you can see here trying to work that out. Obviously I'm not going to show you all of this, but just show you how some of it, how it worked. And gluing down that kind of negative space means that in the end you can see the whole cut out, which I really liked. Just gluing it down there so you can see that. And I love using that American Crafts dot adhesive because it's slightly repositionable, so if you get something wrong you can move it, which is really cool. So I like being able to do that because I get things wrong a lot. But you're going to see in just a second I'm going to move over to the finished. It's all stuck down. There we go. And I did actually, you can see the cut of the lettering on the right there. I did sometimes put that on top to then see where the gaps were to see if that made sense. So you can see I've got my photo. There's that one bit there that I'm a little bit annoyed about, but in the end I kind of forget about it, which is good. I appear to have lost a little piece in the debris somewhere. So I'm backing this lovely photo of my niece Sienna on this coral cardstock here. I'm just tearing it with my ruler. I really like the effect it gives, and I'm going to distress the edges a little bit more and crumple them up. I really like the effect, the kind of texture that it gives, and it makes it looks like you've got lots of layers sometimes when you don't, and I really like that effect. Apologies for the glare there. That's a crepe paper from the Pier range, and I'm just distressing that there. Here you can see how I've got that wheat and goldenrod colour in that chevron kind of stripy finish there, and the red from the tag, that's how I got a lot of the other colours, whereas the seafoam is in the background. I don't know if you can see all that well, it almost looks white. I did get this vellum out because I do find the red a little harsh. In fact, I don't usually use red. It's not one of my favourite colours to use. I don't really like wearing it either. It's funny that. So I've used the vellum just to mute it slightly. I hope that's not cheating. But that was how I made that colour combo work. So I figure that's kind of the point. And I decided, I'm just getting my stamps out because I decided to use the Focus on Design number 3, which was to stamp on a tag. And these stamps here are from the card kit from the July Studio Calico kit. And as you can see here, I decided to actually emboss with white Zing emboss. And I'm just deciding which stamps to use. Those ones there were also from the kit, but it was one of the, this one here isn't, this is an old one, but the other one is from one of the add-on kits from July. So I'm just choosing to go back to these ones here. This is the one I ended up using again. I love these ones, and I decided to use 3 of these cool little circles, and I think that's quite a fun little element, and probably not something I would have done if I hadn't been taking part in this challenge. So I really like that. Apologies for my head there. I really like that I did take part in this challenge. It's actually the first time I've done one of these, so I hope I've done it right. But I found it really fun, and I'll link up to their website below as well, so you'll be able to see that. And I'm just going to heat emboss here. Now I forgot to put my heat mat down, so my table and my tag got really hot, which was a bit of an error on my part, so I have learnt my lesson there, and we'll make sure to put my heat mat down in future. But I'd moved it so I had my nice white table, and when I say nice, you'll have to ignore all the marks on my table. Here we go, just working out the layering, and I'm just about to glue all these layers down. And what I do is I don't actually glue the whole of the layer down. Oh, that's an area I'm saying to myself, oh, I could do with adding a few bits there. And that's why I don't glue every part down, so that I can add little tuck things behind and stuff like that. It's kind of something I've picked up along the way and really like doing, just slightly straightening that up there. So I wanted to get a bit more of the wheat and the goldenrod colour, so I went looking for a paper that perhaps had those colours in, and I found this one here, which has got the coral and the red in as well, which is a bonus. Sorry that it's a little bit fuzzy, slightly out of focus. That does sort itself out in a second, but that's a little Dear Lizzie paper. And these are some label stickers, again from Studio Calico. I think they were from a class, but they do monthly label stickers to match their kits, which I really like printing off and cutting on my silhouettes. And got that cool coral colour, and they have got some sea foam and other colours there, but these are the ones I decided to go for. Adding in some other red and coral embellishments. This ribbon I decided was too pink and wasn't the right colour to be part of the combination. But that heart is more of a red colour and the flower is more of a coral colour. The heart is cut from my silhouette, and again is American Crafts paper. Cardstock, and these lovely, I'm just spelling out Sienna, which is my niece's name, and her and our other niece were playing a lot. This was actually taken at our wedding, and they were playing a lot out in the garden area of the hotel, and it was really lovely. The photographer got some beautiful shots of them just looking stunning, and I'm really loving making layouts of those two at the minute. So I'm just writing Sienna down there in these cool kind of, almost give it a slight tone-on-tone effect. Oh, just that little bit I need to stick down. Didn't realise I hadn't glued that down. And then I'm just getting my glue dots. Yep, there we go. I love using the glue dots. Saves me heating up my my hot glue gun. So I'm just thinking that there's something missing from this corner here. I really wanted to put something there to almost kind of help create a bit of a visual triangle, and just felt like there was something missing. So I ended up getting out, I sort my embellishments, here you go, my small ones by colour. So this is my pink and red box. So that first bit of twine there is from My Mind's Eye Miss Caroline, so it's quite old, but it is really coral, and that is what I end up using. But you can see me just playing around with a couple of other things. Some things I decided too pink, some things too red. This here is too peach and just not red or coral, so it's not going to work. And I think it also says thank you on. And to cover up the thank you, just didn't. I would normally have no problem with doing that, but just didn't work for this. So here we go. I'm getting out the twine, and I'm just going to wrap it around and try tying up the bow in that kind of space there that I wanted to put something, to see how that works. And you'll see in a minute that I actually love it, and that's what I really enjoy doing. So just tying that bow. And you can see my layout's just about finished now. The only other thing I did do was distress all around the edges and fold them in just to show the white, which you won't see right now, but you'll see in the finished. Here you can see just around the edges some of the white cardstock showing behind, which is really, really nice. Thank you so much for joining me, and hope to see you next time.